Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 123 Podcast. This is going to be a really extra special episode because we got an extra NXT. We've got Hell in the Cell predictions. Brent, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, man?
I just saw the Star Wars trailer, and that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it when it came out, but I haven't been able to discuss it, so.
Yeah, I saw it, and I recently watched the reactions of the guy that plays Finn and the girl, Daisy Ridley, whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah, she got so emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, and the guy that plays Finn, he was like really calm through most of it, and then at the end when his scene came on with the lightsaber, he was like, he dove over his couch and fell on the floor and was like all excited. It was pretty cool.
I want to dive over my couch, even though I go out the window. And by the way, this episode is brought to you by Blueberry Muffins.
Oh, it's also brought to you by the culinary conundrum that is the Domino's Marble Cookie Brownie. Is it a cookie?
You!
Is it a brownie?
You!
I don't know, but it's delicious.
You. Yeah, it's a brownie. You order Domino's now.
I just brushed my teeth and I ate a brownie.
Next thing you know, you'll see Lisa walking with a toothbrush. Here you go, Brant. Lisa.
All right. So we're here about wrestling. We have no news this time.
Oh, actually, yes.
Oh, you
got
got
on
news?
Facebook, John Cena just announced that he will be, I don't know why he will be, I thought he was going to be, defending his championship at Hell in the Cell. I think something happened to him, and they didn't know if he was going to be able to wrestle or not.
Yeah, he's actually doing the open challenge that he usually does in Raw at Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, but Sheamus is going to be wrestling against him.
Oh, they changed it?
I guess it is the open challenge, but somehow it leaked that it's going to be Sheamus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry if you wanted to be surprised. It's all over Facebook.
I didn't know, so that's fine.
No, not you. I'm talking about everybody. You
Yeah.
too, but everybody.
This is news, though, which I just found. Anybody that watched Raw knows that Randy Orton was missing in action.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's out with an injury.
Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder again. That's like the third time he's done that.
Third? No, more than that.
Is it more than that?
Way back when he was in Evolution, that was going on with him.
Yeah, you're right. It happened to him before Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he came back and, it happened like right after he debuted. It's like a chronic injury. But I remember one time specifically, I don't know if you remember, but like he was doing this pound the fist thing, and he like pounded it right out of socket. You remember that?
Yep. I remember when he dislocated his elbow. I remember his shoulder. Forget it. He needs a new arm. That's it. Robotic arm. That's what he needs. Rip it off and replace it.
Yeah. Do you know why Luke Harper wasn't there, though?
Who, what?
Luke Harper? You know why he wasn't there? Because at the last minute, it was Rowan instead of Harper. And it was like, okay, Rowan's back.
Oh. So I guess they're not going to do that Rowan Strowman thing.
Yeah, I guess not. Let's see. Eric Rowan this is according to SEScoops.com. Eric Rowan was brought back to WWE television this week because the company had booked the Shield vs. the Wyatt family. Yada, yada, yada.
I love you, a little bit of sex in the bed, and everything's good.
What?
Okay.
There is a picture. There is a picture. You remember when John Cena was in front of Seth Rollins and he was saying, the people are saying my name, but notice nobody's chanting for Rollins?
Yeah.
They made a picture of saying, I F Vince harder than you. That's why.
Okay.
I love that picture. I wish I would never share it. I would never post it on anything I have. But when I saw that picture, I died because it's so true. And it has a picture of him and Steph looking at each other, and they're like,
that's so wrong. Anyway, Luke Harper had a family issue, so that's why he wasn't there.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't because of an injury.
No, he had a family issue. And also, Tyler Breeze, there's rumors that he's going to be brought up to the main roster soon.
From NXT?
Yeah, to WWE, yeah.
Nice.
So.
And I know you must be really happy. I was excited when I saw it last night, but NXT did get somebody new from WCW's past.
Yeah, and we'll talk about him when we get to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was really psyched about that. It was pretty cool.
Did you see the reaction on the crowd, though?
Yeah.
They were all jumping and crazy. They must not have known, because you said he posted it right before the event.
Yeah, so they must not have seen. It was really good kept secret. So, and I love. We'll talk about it, but I love that he said his catchphrase at the end of the match.
I know, and
Right?
they made sure it echoed throughout the whole ring.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. All right, so we should talk about some wrestling, though. Like you said, we got a lot to cover. We got 2 weeks of NXT. NXT is the first thing we're actually going to talk about. So, talking about last week's NXT, I don't know if you want to start or you want me to start. You can cover.
No, you start. Go right ahead, because you might know the wrestlers a little bit more than me.
Okay.
I could tell you my first impressions of them. It'll be better that way.
Okay. I got to refresh my memory because the last night's is fresher
It's fresh.
in mind.
Well, this one I remember was the vaudevillains. I love them.
Yeah, they're cool.
They come in and they're like the black and white film.
Yeah,
I was like, that's nice.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Bailey started off. She was in the ring, and that whole thing, that was kind of boring, actually. But I like the... I'm not familiar with this girl. What is it, Alexis Bliss?
I don't like her.
You
I
don't
hate
like
her. I didn't like her this week either.
I kind of like her. I like her spunky, sarcastic thing. She was like congratulating Bailey, and then she attacked her, and obviously they're setting her up as the next challenger. But I kind of liked her. I think she's a little green.
Is it just me though, or does Bailey remind you a little bit of Sporty Spice? Just a little bit, right? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I hadn't really put that together, but now that you say it, yeah, a little bit.
Sporty Spice, and it upsets him.
Tommy doesn't like Sporty Spice.
No, he doesn't.
I'm sorry. Baby Spice, she was the better one.
And he stopped. He doesn't like Baby Spice either.
You don't like them Spice Girls.
Wow. What did you do to my son?
Your son has good taste. He doesn't like the Spice Girls. That's all. Oh, shoot. But yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah.
What about Sporty Spice?
That was classic. You can't script those kind of moments. That's awesome.
That's why I love these vidcasts, because you can even see our reaction.
Yeah. I think I jumped, actually.
You did on the stuff.
Oh, shoot. I was like, I broke the baby.
You didn't break the baby. Let me actually get the phone and find out what broke the baby after while we're talking.
All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that happened. It was a confrontation, yada, yada, yada.
Who is with her? They look familiar.
Who?
The one that's with the woman. Not Bailey, the other one.
Oh, the guys?
Mm-hmm. They look like her cheerleaders or whatnot. They're annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they are. They're a tag team. I know that much.
Okay, so basically they're with her, so it's like the three of them. She's kind of their person at ring, and they're her person.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So, because they were in that battle royal.
Right. They were, yeah. That was that really made the night.
Yeah.
That really made the whole night.
Yeah, it was kind of slow up to that point, but except Bob Billings were up next, and that's what you mentioned. And I don't like the guys they faced. Was it?
I didn't either.
Fulton and Dawkins.
Yeah, I didn't like them. They were annoying. I was glad they lost.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. The Bob Villains, though, they're just fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Even their moves and everything, they're like, I don't know, the one is like a circus guy, the way he's the taller one. He's like a circus guy, and the other guy's like a classic.
With the mustache.
Yeah, with the twirly mustache and everything. It's just cool the way they come out and everything. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nia Jax actually debuted.
Yeah. She is, I don't know if you know, but she's related to Yokozuna.
Yes, they mentioned that on when she was coming out. The announcer said it.
Yeah, she's part of that whole family, extended family, with The Rock and Roman Reigns and all that stuff,
So, of course, she's related. Of course, the Rock's family, they're just like I swear, one day it's going to be like a hostile takeover. You're going to notice like 90% of the wrestlers are all related to The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just take it away from Vince somehow.
I swear, like, half of Samoa must be The Rock's family. It must be. The weird thing is Samoa Joe's not related to him at all.
It's that one person on the island.
He's the one guy.
But my family don't want nothing to do with the Rock family.
It's just funny. But yeah, no, Nia Jax she's not what I expected. She was pretty impressive, though. She's a big woman. I mean, I'm not just talking about weight. I mean, she's like really tall, too.
She's tall, built, and she does have that gut, though. I will say she has the gut, but that's a good thing because you can't move that gut.
Yeah, I like that she's different. She's not, she's not Tamina. I was worried kind of a little bit that she was going to be like Tamina, but she's totally different. She's something else.
I want to see her versus Tamina.
Yeah, I'd like to see her against if they ever brought Awesome Kong back. Karma, yeah.
I don't think they'd ever bring.
I don't think they would either, but that would be a good matchup. Those two.
That would be interesting. The three of them, a three-way.
There you go. That would be cool. I think that would be fun to watch. Let's see. We had and then the Battle Royal was the only other thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This was very short. It was a very short night.
Yeah, the one we watched previously was Takeover. That's basically their pay-per-view.
Right.
So this was the regular show. But yeah, this was to set the number one contender for the world title or the NXT title. And Samoa Joe he thought he was going to get it because he was like petitioning backstage to Finn Balor, and Regal was like, "No, you got to go through this battle royal next week," and they kind of showed that footage again. So yeah, he had to fight in the battle royal, and it was a pretty good battle royal, I thought.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I was disappointed when Joe got eliminated.
Yeah.
That really pissed me off because I thought he's a perfect number one contender. He deserves it.
Yeah, but I kind of like. The only reason I like it, I wanted Samoa Joe to win, but the reason I liked that he didn't is because now he's still chasing it. Once he gets to that point, where do you go with him? Yeah, exactly. He has to be moved up to the main roster, and they're not ready to do that yet. So
I don't think Samoa Joe's going to be ready until they move Seth Rollins. The whole Seth Rollins thing is really, it's like a battery.
Yeah.
Certain things take up more power. WWE is the cell phone, and the wrestlers are the battery. Right now, Seth Rollins is eating up a good 40% of the battery. So with the rest, you've got like the repeats, like with Dolph Ziggler and Rusev. You got the repeat with Roman Reigns and his friends versus the Wyatt family. Yeah. And then The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, the only reason why that's not really taking over a lot is because it's only at pay-per-views and the rest is all smack talk back and forth.
Exactly. And also, I would be concerned if they brought Joe up right now because look what happened to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens' match, I'm going to get to this when we talk Raw because I did watch the full thing and I know exactly what was cut. Kevin Owens' match was cut from the Hulu version.
Really?
Yeah. So look where he is. He's not even important enough to get on Hulu.
Well, I'll be honest. That match was. Well, we'll get to that again. We'll get to that when we get to Raw.
Exactly.
I felt it was very.
Yeah, it just bothers me that they gave Kevin Owens maybe 3 or 4 good matches, and then now he's just buried in this feud with Ryback that doesn't even get on Hulu and stuff like that. It just bugs me. And I don't want to see that happen to Samoa Joe. So I kind of like that he's still chasing that title because that means he's going to be highlighted a lot more.
Right.
So that's all. And Tyler Breeze, I don't know much about Tyler Breeze. I have seen him. I know you were new to him at TakeOver. I've seen him wrestle. He's actually decent. I don't know that he's a match for Joe, though. That's a stretch for me. But we'll see.
I didn't like that either, honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't like that either.
But Apollo Crews.
That's what shocked me. I was like, really? The guy that I watched on the pay-per-view that was the one match that didn't interest me whatsoever, he's the guy that they're moving up.
Yeah. And he eliminated like 5 or 6 people. And I was like, when he started tossing people left and right, I was like, he's going to be one of the last ones at the very least. I didn't think he was going to win it. Because, I mean, you had Rhino in there, you had Samoa Joe, you had that big Baron Corbin dude.
I thought he was going to win, Baron Corbin, but
yeah.
Rhino.
Yeah. And, oh, man, that turned into a match for this week, but we'll talk about that. But, yeah, I thought it was a really decent Battle Royal. So, obviously, Apollo Crews won at the last minute. He eliminated Baron Corbin. So, there's your number one contender. He's going to fight Finn Balor. Now, it's going to be 2 weeks from now. Is that correct?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. Not next week, the following.
Yeah. So there you go. That's your NXT for last week.
Very short.
Yeah.
Which then leads into SmackDown, which I'm almost 100% sure you and I both did not watch.
I am trying to remember if I watched it or not.
I know I didn't.
I did watch it.
Ever since I started NXT, SmackDown just kills me.
Yeah. I did watch it, but I watched it on Hulu, and I'm not sure if I got to see everything.
The first match is garbage. The second match is boring.
Yeah, I saw the first match. That was Roman Reigns and Bo Dallas. Yeah, that's not even worth talking about. The second match, I don't think I saw, which was Cesaro and Neville versus Barrett.
It was again just pushing Neville and King Barrett's feud.
Yeah.
More or less. Sheamus was just there because, and same thing with Cesaro. They were there because.
Yeah.
And they fought again on Raw. So, Cesaro and Sheamus.
Sad thing. Intercontinental Champion. Kevin Owens is the Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
His match on SmackDown and on Raw were not on the Hulu version. So I did not see any Kevin Owens. Yeah. He fought Zack Ryder apparently, which I did not see.
I saw that match. It's all to build up Kevin Owens continually winning.
Yeah. And then Dolph Ziggler and Rusev.
Again. But the best part was Summer Rae was the special guest referee, so you knew Dolph Ziggler was going to win.
Yeah, that was actually fun to watch because she was doing the classic, oh, I'm going to count for Dolph, I'm not going to count for Rusev kind of thing. I kind of like that. The rumor, speaking of Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, the rumors are that Tyler Breeze is going to come up and take Summer Rae and start this feud with Ziggler. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if there's any merit to that rumor.
I hope not.
So
the whole Summer Rae thing needs to end.
Yeah.
Bring her down to don't hurt NXT. Never mind, leave her alone.
This tag match, I'm not even sure if I don't remember if it was on there or not. The Primetime Players versus Harper and Strowman.
That match I did not watch.
Okay, I can't remember the Wyatt's won. Yeah, so I don't think I watched that match. I don't think it was on there. And then we had Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. I did see that match. That was okay.
And the Raw match was exactly the same. I'm not to spoil Raw, but Raw, it was Charlotte versus Brie. And Charlotte won again.
Right. And then
wait, there is one thing to note.
Okay.
That, what's her name came out? Paige came out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. She helped them. She's trying to be like friends again. They're like, oh, we could be buds again. PCB forever. And they're like, baby steps, Paige. And then they found out that Natalya got beaten up.
Right, exactly. You're absolutely right. I totally forgot about that. I did see that.
Part of SmackDown that mattered to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only part that did matter. And then you had the New Day versus Dudley Boyz and Dean Ambrose. That was okay. That's fine. I know you hate the New Day. But
I'm not a fan, but they won because of disqualification. Either New Day wins because they cheat, or they lose because they get disqualified.
Yeah, what was it, the trombone? Is that what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the trombone. Yeah, so not a whole lot of stuff. I mean, like you said, the Divas stuff with Paige was about the most interesting thing. Yeah, that was the highlight. So not a whole lot to talk about on SmackDown.
Raw, however, was the opposite. There was a nice amount of content building up for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
With Stone Cold opening the show with The Undertaker, that was awesome. That actually was good. I'm like, oh, wow, you mean The Undertaker is actually on a weekly show?
Well, the funny thing is, it was Undertaker. I know Flair was there, too, but Flair's always there. Stone Cold, HBK, and Undertaker, they're all Texans, and Raw took place in Dallas. Which upset me because it's an hour and a half away and I couldn't go. But anyway.
I thought it was an interesting build-up. That's really all it was an interesting build-up. And then you got a little bit of the American badass still in The Undertaker because he's like, I'm right here. And he takes everything off. He's like, come get some.
Yeah. No, I thought that was good. I like that Brock actually came out and confronted him. Even though they didn't go to blows. I just like that. I was afraid it was just going to be this talking segment.
Yeah. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. You keep talking, though. I'll be right back.
So, yeah. Of course, he picks when I'm chewing to leave me to talk. But, yeah, no, Brock Lesnar came out, and, of course, they do that whole thing where Brock's, like, acting like he's going to get in the ring, and Paul Heyman's like, no, 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 and then he decides, I'm going to save it for the pay-per-view, you know. And but, yeah, it was kind of an awesome confrontation. So then we learned that the Dudley Boys and John Cena were going to face the New Day coming up next. And, you know, that's right at the beginning there. And they show replays of New Day where they beat up John Cena and Dolph Ziggler and the Dudley Boys and all them, kind of laid them out. Excuse me. And, yeah, so it's your typical six-man tag team match. They pick one guy and they beat him up for a while, and then saves and everything, and they start coming in. The New Day actually did win by pinfall when Woods rolled up Devon. I don't remember the whole the way the events took place, but I know that all of them were fighting outside the ring, and Devon was the last one in. Devon was the one that got in there, and he was like cleaning house for a bit. He was on fire, and he had taken care of everybody. They had taken care of all of them, but Devon was the last man left in the ring, and Woods kind of slid in and rolled him up real quick for the win, and then Devon was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And so
It's because they cheat.
yeah.
Dirty, rotten cheaters. They should get together with Summer Rae and have the foursome.
But I thought that was a pretty good.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I don't mean it in a dirty way. I mean a foursome is in the four of them working together. Continue.
Thank you for that clarification. But,
I'm sorry.
I think it was a decent six-man tag team match. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that match. I don't even know where to go from that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shoot.
Anyone who didn't know, my PlayStation broke. My new PlayStation is right there. I'm excited, but I'm stressed out because now I've got to update this new thing. And Brant's excited because he's going to get a new PlayStation and we're going to fight each other online. Don't question me. Like, what's going on? You know. So back to wrestling now. Which, by the way,
So we can both play WWE 2K16.
Yes. There you go. Just caught what I was going to say. See, that's why we work together, because he just cuts me off and he knows what I'm going to say, so it's perfect.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, good job. Perfect. You got exactly what I was going to say down perfectly. With the women, I would just like to add with the Brie match, the Brie and Alicia Fox with the Nikki and Alicia Fox. Yes, Nikki and Alicia. God.
Versus Naomi and Sasha. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a stupid match.
Really? You thought that was... Okay, first of all...
I thought it was a great match. I thought
Okay.
the results was dumb. Now, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, this match was cut from Hulu. I did see this match, obviously. I saw overall. But yeah, this match was cut from Hulu version. So
it was good. The result was bad, but it was a good match.
The other women's match was on Hulu. This one was not. The other one sucked. This one was good.
Exactly.
I know. But anyway, so yeah. I thought it was a good match. I like that Naomi wasn't threatened by Sasha, and that it looked like Naomi was the leader of the group when they came out this time. So it looks like they take turns or whatever. It was kind of cool. But they were still chanting for Sasha, the crowd. They
love her.
Sasha. Yeah. So
I think she deserves being in the WWE. She's really talented. She's really good.
So what did you think was stupid about this?
That Nikki won.
Oh.
I thought the match was excellent. I just thought it was. I don't like when the Bellas win. For some reason, I just don't like it.
I do like that she didn't just easily win over Naomi. Naomi got out of the rack attack, and of course then she got blindsided and still got in the rack attack. But I thought she put up a valiant effort at least.
Oh yeah.
You know, they have to show Nikki strong because she's the former champion or whatever. But you know, whatever. I feel like Naomi gets beat too much. I like Naomi. I think she's very talented.
I agree. Sasha's the one that wins all the time. Naomi kind of gets screwed over. Even at the pay-per-view, remember?
Yeah.
Naomi was getting her butt kicked until she tagged in Sasha.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Naomi's always the one that gets pinned when they do tag matches.
That's so wrong.
I know it is. So, I don't know.
WWE, show some love. Show
Yeah.
some love for Naomi and fire Summer Rae.
Right.
But show some love for Naomi.
Yeah, the other women's match that was later in the night, that one was on Hulu, and it was like, it was a really boring match. And Brie, I'm not gonna say anything about how
Stupid.
Well, no, that's not what I was getting at. I don't want to comment on her physique, but she is, because, whatever. But she is so small that I don't see her as a threat at all. She is so skinny. You know what I'm saying? And, whatever. I know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but she's so small.
She doesn't look like she's fit to win or to play in the games.
Exactly. She looks like a ballet.
You're right.
I don't.
No, you're right. She does. She looks like, let me put it this way. If Nia Jax ever moves up to WWE, Brie better never be in a match with her because she'll just use one finger, lift Brie up, and drop her.
Exactly. She's so tiny. I mean, you stand her next to Nikki, and they're identical twins. You stand her next to Nikki.
Big.
Yeah, exactly. Nikki even looks taller. I mean,
Isn't she?
She might be.
She might be.
Yeah, Nikki lifts weights. Brie does not at all, obviously.
She needs to.
Brie needs to do something.
No, not even as a joke. She needs to. This kind of business.
Yeah.
You don't have to be physically steroided or
Right.
even, but you need a little bit of something. I mean, if I went into WWE or you went in, obviously we would. I mean, you have to. For the things that you do in that ring, you need a little bit of muscle.
Yeah. The thing is, look at Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is also very skinny, but she's got I don't know.
She's agile though.
Yeah, she's got some musculature to her physique. She
She's like Jeff Hardy. She's kind of like a Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, she's very skinny and very small, but she looks fit and ready to go, where Brie just looks frail. I don't know. She didn't always look like that. Whatever. I kind of worry about her, like you said. She could easily get hurt that way. So
I wonder if she lost it all when her and
Daniel Bryan got together.
Yeah, got married.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. Where is Daniel Bryan? Is he ever coming back, or is that it? He's done.
I think it's still up in the air. He probably is.
Done.
But yeah, I just, when Brie goes in for the Brie mode and does it, it's like that knee is about the only thing that looks painful. That's about it. So I don't know. It's just it was kind of a boring match though. What wasn't boring was HBK.
That got me mad at the end, but I'll explain why. But I love the HBK parts. Yes.
Yeah.
I like that segment.
Yeah, it was cool. He came out there, and then Rollins was like, "You were supposed to come out here and introduce me and stuff." And he was like, "They've been telling me what to do for 20 years. It's gone. I forget it all." I love that. It was classic.
But I hated the disrespect from Rollins. I mean, obviously this isn't his real character. I mean, the character they wrote him as. He's like, just play this guy's music and get him out of here. I was like, they really want to aim for him to be a real disrespectful punk.
Yeah. And that's what he is.
Oh, yeah, and it's working.
Yeah. But, I liked HBK was like, now hit my music, and it plays. So, I don't know. I liked it, and I liked when he came back later in the night and kind of goaded Seth Rollins into joining Reigns and, Reigns and Ember.
Yeah. And Triple H was like, nope, not happening. So he didn't even bother trying with Triple H. He went right for the horse himself. And that was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Seth Rollins fought right back. It was an okay match, not their best match.
No.
So, and Seth Rollins wins with a pedigree.
By cheating.
By cheating, yeah.
Of course.
So.
The what? Charger? Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Dallas Cowboys were apparently at ringside. I did not see that.
I did.
Okay.
I saw that.
This 6-man tag match was also cut from Hulu. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus King Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus.
I thought that was all right. That was, again, it's pushing the Neville and King Barrett feud.
Yeah, but like I said, cut from Hulu, so that whole match was gone.
To be honest, that one deserved to be cut.
Yeah, I agree. Ziggler wasn't in the match until the very end. He was like, it was Cesaro and Neville kept tagging in and out. And then Ziggler came in at the very end and kind of cleaned up a little bit, did his super kicks and everything. But then he started getting beat up too. So Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev ended up winning as Sheamus hit Dolph with a bro kick from the outside, which I saw that coming. That was so telegraphed. I saw it like 5 minutes before it happened. I knew that was going to happen. I could just feel it. So I don't know about you, but it was an okay match.
I walked out on that match, actually, ironically.
What? Oh, you walked out on the match?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was actually a decent match, but it didn't matter. That was the only problem. Nothing mattered about it.
I want to make sure we're talking about the same match. This is the three-man tag, right?
6-man tag, yes.
6-man tag. The reason I didn't like it was this. King Barrett, Neville, we know they're having a feud.
Yeah.
Cesaro, Sheamus, we know they're having a little bit of an out because of what happened on Smackdown.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler and Rusev. If I see them wrestling each other one more freaking time,
yeah.
We know that they're engaged, him and Lana now. So that ruins Dolph Ziggler's storyline. I don't care if they're trying to revive it with Summer Rae. It's dead.
Oh, I agree.
Done. And I'm sorry, but I just don't feel anything for King Barrett and Neville. I want to. It's not like Stardust and Neville. It doesn't have the same caliber. It just doesn't. And this match, that's why I got up and walked out. It was, why am I watching all of the people who hate each other teaming with all of the people that they hate?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense in that way, but I don't know. I'm tired of all those feuds. The best part about that match was Dolph Ziggler's flurry at the end, and Cesaro was actually really good. He came off the top rope even. Yeah.
Yeah, Cesaro's always good. He is such a good wrestler. He should be going after Kevin Owens. Well, right now, Ryback, they have to finish their thing. But after Ryback, he should be going after Kevin Owens for that belt. He deserves it.
I agree. Or even go after John Cena for the U.S. title. Either way, I know.
Sheamus is going to win, and then go after Sheamus.
There you go. All right. Apparently, Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae are going to be on Miz TV, which airs tonight. I didn't see that either, so I don't know.
I'm good missing that.
Yeah, are you? I thought you might be.
I'm so good missing that.
We already talked about the other women's match.
Yep.
Roman Reigns came to the ring. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that whole segment. That was on there. Roman Reigns came out, and then the whole Wyatt family showed up, and he puts the chairs in the middle of the ring. And he's like, he wants to have a one-on-one conversation with him. And we noticed at that point that Eric Rowan is with the Wyatts instead of Luke Harper.
Luke Harper. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is weird. And we already know that Randy Orton's missing and all this stuff. So they had the sit down. I thought that was pretty cool because Roman, except for one part, and I'll tell you what that is in a second, but Roman Reigns is like, you're scared of me. I can see it in your eyes. You know, you can't do it without these guys surrounding you. But when you're in that cage, it's just going to be you and me. And it was like he was getting in Bray's head finally. The part I didn't like was when he started shoving him in the chest because it instantly made me feel like Roman was suddenly the bully.
Right, yeah. I know. That kind of freaked me out. It's like, why are you poking at the bear?
Yeah.
Stop it. That's not in character. You're supposed to be a face.
Yeah, exactly. Idiot. That's what I felt. And yeah, so it wasn't just me.
No, I thought it was very out of... He needs to take a little time off and work on his mic skills because I think he doesn't understand. When he was the Shield, when they were the bad guys, he was perfect. He was the strong, quiet one who opened up his mouth every once in a while, and it fit. Now that he's a face, he's having a hard time doing the mic as a face.
Yeah, I think any wrestler would tell you it's harder being a face than it is being a heel.
Because you got to keep the crowd wooed and happy.
Yeah, see, it's easy to get the crowd against you.
Just insult their home team.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so, but yeah, he's having a real problem with that. I think he's gradually getting better, but it's very slow. I thought he was decent up until that point, even if it was a little bit repetitive, because he said that I could see it in your eyes like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, that poking thing, that was so out of character. Yeah, I didn't like that.
And you know what match you didn't mention, which is kind of funny because it's the same. That's how I felt. You didn't mention Mark Henry versus Kevin Owens.
Oh, I was getting to that.
Oh, you were? Because I was going to say that's just not even important.
It's not. That match, like I said, was cut from the Hulu version. It wasn't important, but what I did like was that he did the pop-up powerbomb on Mark Henry.
That was good. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I will give you that. I felt it was throwaway, though.
Oh, yeah.
Being put in a lot of throwaway matches, and it's not that I care, that I like seeing Kevin Owens wrestle, but I want a match that matters. He's a good wrestler. They took so good care of him on NXT. He was so well taken care of. And now he's in WWE, and it's like, who are we going to throw at him today? And that's why it's omitted from Hulu. Exactly. Who wants to see it?
Right. Now, one good thing about this match, though, is at the end, Ryback came in, and Kevin Owens tries to run away, and Mark Henry throws him back in the ring, and Ryback powerbombs Kevin Owens. So I thought that was nice storytelling there. That was the only purpose for that match.
Right. Was to build that extra before Hell in the Cell.
Other than that, it didn't matter at all. You're right. So, but our main event is Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus the Wyatt family, Rowan, Strowman, and Bray. So, you're just sick of this, right?
I'm sick of. First of all, okay. They're going to fight in Hell in the Cell. It's this Sunday.
Yeah.
For the love of God, please give us one day one event where we don't have to see Roman Reigns trying to get his hands on the Wyatt family. But beside the point, you put Seth Rollins in. Tell me you didn't know from the beginning of this match that either he was A, going to not participate, or B, run away at the end of the match.
Oh, of course. That was obvious. I thought he would probably, jump down when he was going for the tag instead of acting like he hurt his ankle. I thought he'd just walk away. But either way, I knew he was not going to get in that match and bail them out. He was very clear about that, too. He's like, this is not a Shield reunion. This is just, me stepping up and showing the world that I stopped the show, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, you knew that. You knew that going on.
He didn't stop the show. He didn't do anything.
I know.
He literally was a figurehead for this match.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, it was just one more match to build us to Hell in a Cell, but I'm so sick. I mean, I like the fact that they gave us one more Shield versus Wyatt's, because we'll probably never see it again now. Hopefully. But yeah, it paled in comparison to just, you got to go watch that old stuff if you want to get that classic feud. Which I say classic and it's only like a year old, but year or two, whatever. Yeah, it was just, it was there.
That's it. You took the word. I literally was going to say it was there. You took the words again right out of my mouth.
And another victory by disqualification, I might add.
At least the good news was NXT was last night.
Yeah.
And my favorite Diva wrestler was in the first match.
Yeah.
Asuka. I love Asuka. I don't know who she fought against, but I don't care. I'm glad she won. It was a short match, sweet, wonderful moves, and she was good.
Billie Kay? Was that her name? I
guess. First time I saw her.
I'm not sure who she is.
I'm not sure who she is. She said she wrestled Asuka in Europe before.
Yeah, she used to go under the name Jessie McKay, apparently. I don't know who she is. Oh, well. Somebody from Australia.
There you go. And Asuka beat their butt. I love Asuka. She's so good. She moves up to WWE. I'm sorry, Paige. I'm gonna have to go with Asuka then. Oh.
I love how she has that mask on when she comes out, and it's like this straight face, and then she pulls it off, and there's that big smile of hers.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, I got to tell you something.
Yeah?
You'll be happy to know that on tonight's Smackdown, it's not Reigns versus the Wyatts.
It's Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatts.
No, it's Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus the New Day. That's why I said you'd half be happy.
I'm half happy. Half happy is good. Half happy is good.
And then Bray shows up at the end, but maybe. We'll see. It hasn't.
Kill me a little bit more inside. Keep killing me.
I'm just saying that's probably what's going to happen. But at least it's not a match between Wyatt and Reigns.
Very true.
So we got a bunch of backstage segments in this one.
I thought it was okay, though. I liked it. We didn't mention on the first NXT, the one 2 weeks ago, Asuka, they showed a recap from NXT Takeover, where Asuka went in the back and the woman she fought actually believed she won because she was so out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. And she just pats her on the head.
Yeah, she just pat her on the head. She's like, that was Asuka. I beat her, right? I beat her. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, we had Tyler Breeze, like, his promo, I didn't care for it. He was like calling Samoa Joe out, and he's like, if I can't be the number one contender, you're not going to be the number one contender. It's like, okay.
Exactly.
That was weird. Enzo and Big Cass. Do you like these guys?
I like the guys that came out with the Italian music. I don't think that was them. I think it was Dash and Dawson that had the Italian music.
No. Enzo and Big Cass, they were the ones that were saying soft. S-A-W-F-T.
Yeah.
Soft.
Oh, they won?
No, I'm just saying that's who that was. Enzo and Big Cass.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, do you like them?
I like their personality. It reminds me a little bit of like Italian in Brooklyn, like old day.
Yeah, I think that's...
soft!
Yeah, I think that's what their shtick is. But yeah, I kind of like them. They're entertaining. But unfortunately, they got their butts kicked.
Yes, they did.
By Dash and Dawson. I don't like Dash and Dawson.
Not at all. And they won. Dash and Dawson, I believe, won.
Yeah, they did. No,
even though for some weird reason,
No, that's not true. That's not true. Enzo rolled him up. Remember, it was a small package. He rolled him up real quick, and then immediately after, Dash and Dawson beat the crap out of them.
Okay, right now I remember. That's right. I keep thinking they lost because of that, but no, they just got the crap beaten out of them afterwards.
Yeah. So then, it's the debut. Some dude named Danny Burch. He's from England. He's out there.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But the music hits, and the announcer's like, "What's this? Who's this?" And then you see all these flames, and it's like this kind of country music a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Out comes James Storm.
The best part of the night was this match.
Yeah.
I loved it.
WCW, TNA. He was a TNA World Champion. This dude, and they played him up too. They were like, this guy's the caliber of Rhino, Samoa Joe. He should be in that conversation. And he comes out there, and he's like got the crowd on fire. They show a couple of close-ups to the crowd, and some of them were like, oh my god! And it was like, it's him. I thought that was really cool that he got that reception. I did too.
The match was good too.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, and he started getting beat up as soon as he got in there, which I kind of liked that he didn't just steamroll over the guy. It was a little bit give and take, but then he just got up on top and starts doing all his stuff and all his trademark moves and everything. And
then the end where he was quoted saying, I forgot what the full quote was. You'll know it. You got bad luck.
No, you got bad luck. It's sorry about your... I don't cuss. Your D-luck.
Oh, your damn luck.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it.
Yeah.
I knew it had something to do with luck.
Yeah, and he said it so loud.
FYI, damn is not a curse.
It is.
For some of us, it's not.
Anyway, so that's his catchphrase, and he said he like screamed it so everybody could hear it because he was not mic'd. Yeah. I love that, and everybody went crazy when he said it too. They were saying it along with him. I thought that was awesome. That was the best moment this week for me because
here.
Yeah, I really like James Storm. He deserves to be there, and they were saying that. They were actually chanting here, "You belong here." Yeah, and they did the same thing for Joe when he first showed up.
Yep. So they belong there, and the fans are acknowledging they belong there.
Yeah. Now. NXT, go out and get AJ Styles and Bobby Roode, and I'll be happy.
Hell yeah.
All right, so Alexa Bliss versus Patton Royce, another
This-
Australian woman that I've never seen before.
This was just to push Alexa Bliss into that women's NXT title match. This was not anything more than just showing off how she doesn't have to cheat to win, which I like that at least. But it's really just pushing her towards the belt.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Yeah, which is fine. Whatever. It was okay, and she was decent, Alexa. I think she's a little green. I think she needs to be in NXT. You know what I mean? She's not ready for.
She's not ready for WWE. No, not at all.
No. But our main event: Rhino versus Baron Corbin, revenge match from the Battle Royal last week.
That was a shock. Do I want to say that was a shocker, or do I want to say?
It was kind of a shocker.
It was, yeah.
I think it was a solid match. It was a back and forth. Rhino was on top for a while. Corbin was on top for a while, and then there at the end, the way it ended, Rhino gores him, and at the last second he kicks out, and then Rhino goes for a second gore, and he catches him in that I forget what he calls his the end of days.
End of days, yeah.
Yeah, which is an amazing move. I love that move. He kind of holds him suspended in air, and then drops back with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that move. But yeah, I was kind of shocked that he beat Rhino.
I knew when Rhino's gore didn't work that he was going to lose, but at that moment I was like, wow, really? Really?
Yeah.
So this is obviously going to be a new feud?
Maybe. Or maybe they're just building Baron Corbin up. I mean, he's a big guy.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Big and big.
Yeah. I'd love to see him fighting like Finn Balor or Samoa Joe or somebody like that in a one-on-one.
Oh, yeah. And it'd be a hard match for the opponent, not for him.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, it was a solid match, and then the show ends with Samoa Joe cutting a promo on Tyler Breeze. And I love that promo. It's when Samoa Joe first showed up in TNA, he would do those kind of promos all the time. And that's where the whole, usually at the end he would say Joe's going to kill you, and that's where that whole chant came from. But yeah, I thought that was a classic Joe. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was perfect. It was a perfect way to end the night. NXT feels like the way TNA used to and the way TNA should have
Exactly.
been still. But you know what? It's not our problem. It's what's her name's problem.
Dixie Carter, yeah.
Dixie Carter's problem now. She lost it, and WWE took it.
Yeah, TNA's loss is NXT's gain. Hands down.
And NXT is gaining and big.
And yeah, you're right. NXT is what TNA used to be.
And you know what? They're doing it right.
Yeah, they are. And I'm so surprised that they are because you look at, again, we talked about this last week, you look at the main shows and how they handle those.
Different management.
Yeah, it is different management. It's just weird to me, the dichotomy between the two. It's just, but it works. So.
Oh, yeah. Maybe NXT backstage talent needs to move up to WWE.
Yeah, maybe. So, I don't know. I think they're I still think the main roster is slowly evolving. Just like New Day, we didn't mention this, but when they came out on Monday, I forget what it was. Oh, Kofi Kingston was about to say something, and they cut him off and like, this PG show, and he's like, I don't care, we're New Day, and goes ahead and cusses at him. You don't remember this?
Yeah. I was hoping this is the beginning of the end for PG.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. I think they're testing the grounds. I think every once in a while they'll throw in something. Just like Stone Cold was Stone Cold. He was pure Stone Cold. Yeah, he wasn't reserved this time.
PG. No, you can't be PG with Stone Cold.
Yeah. So I think they're slowly kind of filtering it in. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Good.
We may never get it back, which might be fine because they did kind of go over the top at times.
I like going over the top.
Well, I'm talking about with like HLA, stuff like that. You remember? That was a little bit too much.
That wasn't wrestling, though. That was...
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. I think they pushed the envelope a little bit too far at times back then.
Yeah, a little bit.
They don't need to go quite that far, but they can go somewhere middle ground there. That's
WCW middle ground.
Yeah, that could work. I would be fine with that.
All right, Brett. Yeah. Now we got the Hell in the Cell. What are the matches? And let's get our predictions all.
All right, let's go. All right, we got one pre-show match. and it's a rematch from Raw. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus Russo, Sheamus, and King Barrett.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even making a prediction because I don't care.
Okay, I will predict Ziggler and company win.
Most likely.
All right. We have John Cena versus apparently Sheamus, but it's an open challenge, so whoever he's fighting.
Whoever he's fighting is going to win because he's leaving.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. So John Cena loses. All right, Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title.
This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go first?
No, you go first. Yeah.
Okay. I'm torn on that. I'm going to say Kevin Owens.
I think I'm going to agree with you because I don't see Ryback losing the title and then getting it back 1 month later. You're going to want to push Kevin Owens a little bit more, unless they want to push him back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got New Day versus the Dudleys for the
tag titles. If the Dudleys don't win this time.
Yeah, the Dudleys have to win this one. They have to.
Right.
All right, so far we're completely agreed. All right, Divas Championship, Charlotte versus Nikki.
Charlotte retains, I think. Unless, wait a minute. No. Paige is going to come out and screw Charlotte, and Charlotte's going to lose.
Or Paige comes out under the guise of helping and actually helps her win so she can get it for herself. So she can challenge her later. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm torn on that one.
I'm going to vote for Charlotte, but I'm being honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Paige came out and either screwed up the match so Charlotte would lose, or somehow there'll be cheating involved and Nikki... You know what I mean? Nikki won't win legit, I don't think.
Okay. So who do you think's going to walk out with the title? We'll put it like that.
I'm going to say Charlotte, but I'm not 100% on that one.
Okay, I think it's going to be Charlotte, but I'm going to go on a limb just so we have one that's different. Okay. I'm going to say Nikki. All right, so next up, Seth Rollins versus Kane.
Seth
for the world title.
Seth Rollins.
So you think Corporate Kane is fired?
I think Corporate Kane is done. I think we're going to just get the Kane back, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Unless, again, we have a cash-in. Oh, and by the way, Sheamus is in that pre-show tag match. So he might not be fighting John Cena. It might be somebody else.
That's true.
Yeah.
So why did they say... That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? That's weird.
Maybe it'll be somebody from NXT.
I hope. Samoa Joe.
There you go. All right, so... Yes, there could be a cash-in. We haven't seen Money in the Bank yet. There could be a cash-in.
It could be, but I doubt it. I don't think they'll do it at Hell in the Cell because unless Kane really beats the crap out of Seth Rollins and walks out of the ring. Because remember, Sheamus was going to cash in last pay-per-view, and then Kane kind of ruined it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if anything, I think Sheamus would attack Kane. So, I can't see Kane winning, though. I'm with you, Seth Rollins. All right, so we have Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt in a Hell in a Cell match.
Roman Reigns, please, just so that it'll be over.
It has to be. I agree. It's Roman Reigns. And finally, the whole purpose for this event, another Hell in a Cell match, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar.
This match is going to be over the top. They're going to go to the top of the cage, to the bottom of the cage, through the cage, under the cage, over the cage, in the ring, out of the ring, all over the place. And I still think that... No, you go first.
I think Taker wins.
I'll go out on a limb to be different again.
Okay.
And I'll say Brock Lesnar wins.
Okay.
Even though I'm 100% sure I'm probably wrong. Because now they're building up Lesnar again to be the bad guy. Because if you notice at Raw when they were doing their shtick, they booed Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah. on top of that, well, I mean, they booed him because it's Taker. But, yeah, I think Taker's almost done. Like, done. I think he's very close. If this is not done, then WrestleMania will be done. I think that's it.
I 100% agree with you there.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to... And Brock Lesnar... We haven't talked about this here, but we might talk about it before we wrap. In the podcast with Stone Cold, Brock Lesnar mentioned that he was going to be around WWE at least for a few more years. So, I think...
Where's he going when he's so young?
I know. I think Brock Lesnar... Well, he doesn't need the money, probably. I think Brock Lesnar has plenty of time to be spotlighted, to be in the main event, all this stuff. And Taker, this is kind of his last... I
feel the same way. That's why I think Taker will win, too. I'm just trying to be different and saying Lesnar just for the shock factor.
He very well could. Yeah. Because it's Taker's match. Maybe Brock beats him at his match. He beat his streak. Maybe he beats him at his match. So, you never know.
So we've got Charlotte with the belt, Rollins with the belt, unless Sheamus interrupts. We've got Cena losing the belt. We've got New Day losing the belt. We've got
Kevin Owens keeping it.
Kevin Owens keeping it. We've got
so that's it. That's all the belts.
Yeah, no, the rest of the matches are just grudge matches. Like Reigns winning against Wyatt just to end the feud, we pray. And that's it.
Yeah. So
I don't know, Kevin Owens match I'm kind of iffy on. It's like I want to say it'll be Owens, but I just get this weird feeling if Ryback gets it back, what they're going to do with Ryback then. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Give me 1 second. You can keep talking.
I don't know. It's just the pay-per-view itself. I don't know. This one kind of is a little bit more unpredictable than the last time. Last time we kind of called it perfectly. We knew what the match was going to be. We knew who was going to win, who was going to lose, and we were almost 100%. Actually, I was 100% correct this time. This time around, I feel like I can be wrong on one or two of the the choices I'm making, and I know I'm probably going to be wrong with the main event because they're going to want Taker to win, obviously, because like you said, if this isn't his last pay-per-view, WrestleMania will be his last WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But yeah, there are a few that, we're just a little more iffy on this time. It's going to be interesting.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good. It takes away the predictability.
Exactly. Now,
can't get money.
Now, if we're right about every single thing, though, I'm going to start getting...
I'm sorry, but I think we got to question our liking of the WWE roster at least.
Yeah. Hopefully things will change up. Usually, towards the end of the year and then going into WrestleMania, things really heat up and things get exciting. So
I'm waiting for Rollins Triple H feud already. Yeah. I mean, it's getting really to the point where it's like, come on, you're throwing nobodies at him. At least John Cena was a somebody. Now you threw a nobody at him.
Yeah.
Not saying Kane is out, is outdated or anything. It's just, come on, we know Kane isn't going to win.
Yeah.
And even if he does win, Sheamus is going to screw him.
Right. Just give him some credible people that...
Sting was credible.
Yeah. People that you believe, that we can believe that will actually beat him for the title. That's what I want to see.
I'm waiting for Bo Dallas to be next or something, just to push him on a month.
Yeah.
Rollins, do you believe?
Right. The problem is there's nobody except Hills. You can put him up against Hills, but we've already seen him against John Cena. We've seen him against Ambrose. We've seen him against Reigns. We've seen him against Orton. There's nobody else.
No. There's no one unless Samoa Joe moves up.
Yeah. Or they actually gives Dolph Ziggler that big of a push, which I don't think is going to happen.
No, because they're going to do the whole Summer Rae thing for a while.
Yeah.
Ziggler's stuck.
Mm-hmm. As he has been pretty much his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. So, briefly, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the podcast or not, the Stone Cold podcast with Brock Lesnar. It, honestly, of all the ones I've seen that have been on the WWE Network, and I have not seen the Edge and Christian one yet, but I think I've seen all the rest, this was the worst one of them all. Usually they're really informative, they're really entertaining.
See, this is why WWE... Stone Cold's podcast was perfect when it was his. He owned it, he ran it, he dealt with it. WWE bought it from him and kept him.
Yeah.
They're paying him to do it now, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There was nothing of interest for me personally in this. It was Brock Lesnar supposed to be shooting, right? He's talking real, but literally, I am not joking. I texted you this. Literally, the first 15 minutes of the podcast was about Brock Lesnar's favorite music, favorite types of food, and hunting. Seriously. That's all they talked about. It was like, when are you going to go hunting with me? So what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite kind of food? It was that kind of stuff.
You get that's something you do if you were like us and you wanted to interview a wrestler and you had no idea what to ask them whatsoever.
Exactly. I was like, what the heck? Ask him some serious stuff. Now, he did get into how he got into wrestling and all that kind of stuff. You know, he actually never watched wrestling growing up because he lived on a farm and they only had 2 channels, so he never watched wrestling. But, yeah, so they talked about that kind of stuff, which was a little bit interesting. But the biggest thing I got out of it is Brock Lesnar has social issues.
I'm surprised.
He kept saying
really?
He doesn't like being around people. When he gets in crowds, he gets very uncomfortable. And so, you know, the whole reason he left the WWE in the first place is because he liked being in the ring, but he didn't like everything else around the wrestling business. And that's why he's got this schedule that he has now where he can appear whenever he wants, basically.
If you don't like people, you can't be in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I could give him is, dude, I mean, look at us. Look what we do on YouTube. I mean, obviously, this is like a flip of the coin. You can land on the lucky heads or you can land on the unlucky tails. But some people do get popular, and then people, you know, they have panels, and they go and meet people, meet and greets. There are a lot of very popular YouTubers out there. If you're not in the entertainment, podcasting, vidcasting, whatever you're doing, if you are a public figurehead like we are, if you are not ready to deal with, be around, or socialize with your viewers, your fans, whatever, this is not your business then. This is not what you need to do with your life.
Yeah. It was just weird. I mean, I guess he's still an entertainer in the ring, but as far as all that other stuff, it's just it was kind of interesting to hear that.
So what? He hates people, or he doesn't like he gets anxious and
I think it's more that he gets anxious. He's just I guess he grew up on a farm. He had brothers and sisters, but he was like very isolated in that way. He grew up in South Dakota.
So he was very open field, very few people, but comfortable.
Yeah, and now it's just like he doesn't have time for that. And with the WWE, he was asking, "Are you friends with the boys in the back and all this stuff?" And he was like, "This is a job for me. I clock in, I clock out. I come and do what I need to do, and I leave. That's not what it's about for me." And
for him, it's literally he's just doing it for the money. He's doing it for whatever, and he's not there to make friends. He's just there to work and then walk away at the end.
Pretty much,
he's in the wrong business. His his mindset is understandable, and I can listen. When I go into New York City, I get very anxious when I'm in crowds that don't move. New York Comic Con, I feel at home because these are people I know, so I can discuss with them while I'm stuck in the crowd. But again, when there's like a dead stop crowd and I want to move, yes, sometimes I feel anxious. Do I want to run out of New York Comic Con or the city? Absolutely not. I learned to, you learn to cope with it. This is what I do, and if these people we're here for the same thing I am, then we have something in common to talk about. So there's a way to break through this anxious feeling. And if they're there to see me more than anything, I want to find a way to, deal with it because that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm in what I'm in. If he doesn't like this, then maybe he should go and be a farm boy or something. I don't know. Yeah. Go into the country and become a radio talent, a solo radio guy.
And maybe he will do one of those things. He told Stone Cold that he definitely has a picture of where things go from here, but he's not going to share that information with anybody right now.
Well, gee, I wonder why. Yeah. Probably because it involves him leaving.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the case. And I also thought it was interesting when he left for the first time and went to try out for the Minnesota Vikings and all that stuff. He said that, at the time it was like, oh, I'm following my passion. I've always wanted to be a Minnesota Viking and all that stuff. The truth is, and he told it here, that he was so fed up with the travel and the schedule and everything that he used that training camp as a way to get out. it wasn't something. It wasn't a passion. It wasn't something he really wanted to do. It was just the scapegoat for him to get out.
They should make a book, Brock Lesnar, the real person.
Yeah. And then the MMA, I think he just kind of fell into, and he was really good at it, and he would still be doing that if he didn't get diverticulitis. So
I don't know. With Brock Lesnar, I just feel like we're entertainers. Even if we're me and you were writers, so we're in the news now, and we also report the news, or we talk about the news, or things that are going on, like these podcasts. So for me, it's like if I meet somebody on the street, or if I'm talking with people that have the same interest as me, and they're like, oh, I watched your podcast. Oh, I really love your podcast. Or, oh, could you sign this Zone 4 thing for me, or this Dark Avenger sticker I got? For free, obviously. I would never charge somebody for a sticker of my logo. I don't understand why anybody else would. But and I'm going to start. I know this. We're going to do a topic about New York Comic Con in our next Chris and Brand show. But there was one. This is a perfect. I just feel this moment is a perfect example. Okay, we're in the press lounge. I'm a nobody. I'm not like somebody that the whole world will go out and say, oh, Chris Ventura from Dark Avenger and Comic Front. Nobody knows me. Nobody knew me. Yeah. I'm sitting at the press. I'm in the press lounge. We finally got a table. It was Sunday. And we got the whole table to ourselves. Whoever was there had just left probably. So we had the whole table, the whole thing. And we're sitting there eating lunch, me, Cindy, and Michael. And this young boy comes over, and his mother didn't want to interrupt us. I guess she thought we were doing work, or we were discussing work, because we were talking about what we were going to do next. But the boy, this is a little boy, he comes and sits at the table because he doesn't think, and the mother's like, no, come away from the table. I thought, no, let him stay. It's fine. And he had this little Dragon Ball GT figure. And I don't know what in me made me say, oh, that's Dragon Ball GT. I love GT. This boy was, I want to say 8, 9, I don't know how old he was. He started talking about GT, how, this no longer matters because they made the movie, and GT, for a boy, he knew a lot. So I gotta say that. But he gave me the whole history of Dragon Ball. I'm like, I grew up with it too in high school. I loved it. Super Saiyan 4 Goku was cool, but I'm glad they kind of undid that. No more tail, no more. And we just had a comment. Then he couldn't get the figure on, so Michael helped him put the figure on. We were talking for a while, and then he mentioned YouTube. And that's when Cindy gave him a card because we wanted him to know where to find us. And he's like, I like doing video games on YouTube. I'm like, when I started on YouTube, and I gave him the whole history from Brooklyn Boys to this channel to Frontline, to Ink, to Frontline. And the mother's sitting there and amazed. She's like, this is what you do? I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do for a living. This is what I'm hoping at some point to do for a living. But right now I'm in the building up stage. And we were just talking. The mother got involved too. And I'm like, we did skits and video games. Then it went into comic books. And a whole conversation. And this boy walked away with such a bright... I told him, you want to do something on YouTube, just follow your dream, follow what you want to do, and anything is possible. You could be the next Markiplier because he's a big gamer on YouTube. That kid walked away so shiny. You know what? I hope you know what I mean when I say shiny. Yeah. So shiny, so full of, oh my God, I could do something. But I said, of course, it's important to finish school and it's important to work hard at what you like. You don't just say, hey, quit school, go on and make money.
Especially at 8.
Oh, yeah, no, especially at 8. But he walked away with such... That's what makes this work for me. That made Sunday. It wasn't the interviews, and I interviewed Meredith Finch, wonderful, wonderful woman. I met great people. I talked to a lot of people. I met Pete from Pete's Basement. That moment, though, was the shining moment of the day for me because that kid walked away, and he walked away with something that he's going to take home, and maybe he'll just remember it a day. Maybe he'll remember it a week. Maybe it's something that'll change his life. I don't know. But he walked away with something. That's why we do this. Yeah. And if Brock Lesnar can't do that, if he doesn't feel it, if he doesn't feel the fans, he comes in, clocks out, nothing else matters except that paycheck, that's not where you belong. You don't belong here.
And I agree with that. I really do. And, maybe he'll come to that realization at some point, but right now he's a big money draw and he's not going anywhere. So.
Oh, of course not. I wouldn't go if I'm getting paid good money. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel that way, so I can't feel his philosophy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't feel it. I just don't. It's
Yeah.
not me. I wouldn't do that.
Right. And that's not to say that he has disrespect for all the other guys and everything.
Absolutely not.
Because I didn't get that impression. I got the impression that he was a decent guy. He views things differently.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely differently than you or I would. So.
Whatever it is, you know. But we know what we do. Let him do what he do, and we'll be fine.
Exactly.
No matter what anybody do. And with that, I'm getting the dinner bell ringing for me. So
Yep.
This was episode 8. We're getting ever so close to episode 10. I'm really excited for episode 10 because then big things will be happening for this podcast. Not saying we're going to evolve it or change it or anything, but we're going to definitely be building forward from it. And I think 2016 is going to be a huge year for all the things that we're involved in. As soon as Brandt gets a good sleep schedule, I'm going to go to his house and I'm going to make sure he sleeps well. Everybody in the comments below say, Chris, go live with Brandt. And I'll be like, yes.
Okay.
I'll sleep in the spare bed.
I think I'm going to go sleep after we get done with this podcast.
See, already he's off the sleep schedule.
Oh, shoot. All right. Yeah, so as always, leave comments below for us. Let us know what you thought of This Week in Wrestling, what you think of the show, and what your predictions are for Hell in a Cell. We'd love to hear them. And we'll all discuss it next week. And if you want to email us, you can email us at zone4@comicrelated.com.
Chris at comicrelated.com still works to my knowledge, and also
Yes.
my email address, my official email address, is on Facebook and on the channel front, I believe. So
Cool.
if you want to email me specifically, Chris at comicrelated, unless that's gone. If it's, I don't think it's gone.
I don't think it's gone either. I think it's
So
still there.
just in case it isn't, if you want to check my channel or Facebook, email address is there as well.
Okay. And I was going to say something else, and it just totally left me. Oh, yeah. Latest episode of Hit Points is up. It is live. So go check it out. We talk about retro gaming. We talk about new releases, PS4, Chris's troubles with PS4.
Yes, my new PS4 is right there. I'm
Yeah.
looking it up after dinner.
So we talk about all kinds of stuff. So definitely go check that out. And Airship 27 will be up on Friday. So all kinds of Zone 4 podcasts going on right now.
I tell you, one day, every day of the week is going to be a different podcast. One day.
This
I don't know what-
week is 3 in a row. 3 days in a row.
See, 3. Now we just got to get the other, 5 or 4? The other 4. We're good.
How many days are in a week, Chris?
8 days.
8 days.
The days are just meshing together for me now because I'm working from home. So it's like today I thought was Friday. So to be honest, days just mesh together. So it could be fun day and I wouldn't even know it.
Yeah. And, sorry. I told you I'm going to sleep. For all you comic fans, if you guys are in the Texas area, we're about an hour and a half from Dallas, Tyler, Texas, this weekend, Rose City Comic Con. Last Ember Press will be there. We'll have a new book, new print, which we got in the mail today. You love it?
I love it.
Yeah.
You got to send me like 5 of them. No.
Yeah, it's a really fun print, holiday theme kind of a little bit. So, yeah, come check us out. There's actually an indie wrestling show happening at the convention.
Wow.
One of the nights, I think Saturday night. I'm gonna try to check it out. So that's kind of cool. It ties into the wrestling here, so it all ties together. But yeah, come say hi if you're in the area. So.
All right, guys, this was episode 8.
1, 2, 3.
Until next time, take care. Feel free to check out any of the links in the description below for more stuff, everything we talked about here and more. Until then, guys, later.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy your Hell in the Cell.
Yes. See you guys next week.